established in Sweden. It has grown rapidly since it was founded in 1943. It is the world's largest furniture retailer, which designs and sells ready-to-assemble furniture in more than 40 countries. IKEA has 361 stores with 12,000 products around the world. By 2050, the global furniture market was expected to reach $436.5 billion with a steady improvement in the economy and living standards. Asia was expected to become the center for the long-term growth of global furniture market. IKEA kept an eye on India market for a long time, and finally, IKEA entered into India market until 2012. In this presentation, 4 criteria will be talked about, which includes IKEA's competitive advantage, position of IKEA in the Indian market, the reason why IKEA market is an attractive option for IKEA, and finally, international strategy that IKEA adopted. According to the results-based wheel, in order to be considered core competency, capability must be valuable and unique from a customer's point of view. Also, it must be imitable and non-substitutable by competitors. Organization results must fulfill the VRIN criteria so that it could give competitive advantage and continuous performance. IKEA's democratic design strategy can be a sustainable source of competitive advantage. There are 5 aspects of the strategy, which includes form, function, quality, sustainability, and low price. In relation to the results-based wheel, the democratic design is a core competency of IKEA. Firstly, it is rare and valuable. IKEA's democratic design integrates into its business policy and design the principle that everyone has the right to get a high quality and well-designed products at the lowest price. The functional design cannot be possessed by many others, and both of the functionality and low price helps IKEA to attract those middle-class young families in India. In addition, IKEA minimizes the amount of input materials and energy as well as the output pollutions and waste. Under this strategy, developing a green core competency can contribute to the firm's efforts to earn above average return while benefiting the broader society. This is inimitable and non-substitutable because by highly focusing on eco-friendly products, this will help IKEA to build a unique and valuable brand image. Second, the industrial network is another core competency of IKEA. IKEA scratches its interaction as far upstream as possible in the network, all the way to raw material suppliers. It has partnership with more than 1,000 suppliers around the world, and that can be considered as a unique resource to be cost-effective. The capability is rare and valuable because not many companies have the scale of IKEA, which means it cannot be possessed by many others. Also, the low price gives IKEA an opportunity to attract customers. In addition, it is non-substitutable and inimitable because IKEA built an interpersonal relationship among supplier and customers, and those optimum supplier can fundamentally control the quality of raw material and cost of product, which cannot be done in another way.
In India, the home decor retail market is quite fragmented. There are few stores that offer everything under one roof. Many middle-class families in India prefer their furniture custom-made, and no 2 Indian homes have the same kind of furniture. However, the entrance of IKEA has changed the preference of some Indians. IKEA forms and uses best cost strategy to position itself in Indian market. It means to simultaneously pursue low cost and differentiation. Actually, IKEA set up a raw material trading division in India to ensure best cost management. For example, when the cotton productivity is low in India, it imports cotton from China and Australia with a low cost. IKEA is working on the low prices of its furniture and home decor products because the cost of raw material is low. IKEA has sourced about 70 suppliers and thousands of sub-suppliers in India. It ensures the low cost of products. In addition, IKEA supplies democratic design products in India in order to satisfy the special culture, such as colors and size. Customers can find their cultural furniture in IKEA. The home furniture was the largest segment. It occupies about 65% of industry sales. And the office furniture is about 20% of industry sales. And the left is contract furniture. The target market for IKEA in India is young and urban people, which are the middle-class families. Moreover, the IKEA fans rise due to the globalization and the rapidly growing middle class, and they have higher discretionary spending power.
Porter's diamond model is used to analyze why a country's industry is internationally competitive. In other words, it provides a framework to understand differences in national competitiveness level. According to Porter Diamond model, there are 4 factors that determine the competitiveness of a country's industry. Firstly, it is factors of production, including human resources, natural resources, knowledge resources, and capital resources. We focus on its natural resources. India is the second largest producer of cotton, and it takes up 23% shares of the world market. Secondly, with the world's second largest population of 1.2 billion, India already has tremendous potential in terms of labor resources. In addition, in recent years, India's total population has been growing at approximately 1.4% per year, and growth is expected to moderate only slightly to 1% by 2024. About 33% of its population is currently below the age of 15, and only 5% over the retirement age of 65. This trend implies that over the next 10 to 20 years, the already large portion of the population within the working age cohort will continue to expand further, implying a significant increase in the supply of labor. This means India's advantage with plentiful working age labor is likely to persist for a long period. Secondly, it is demand condition, mainly referring the needs of the domestic market. We focus on Indian market's demand. With a spurt in real estate and housing activity, the demand of furniture market grows up. A large or growing market share is the key of successful competition, and one of the measures focusing on market share is the revealed competitive advantage. In addition, the demand mainly comes from the city of country in Indian market. IKEA offers a more personalized product selection. This user-friendly design and service are well suited to India's market and meet the needs of urban middle class for the compact apartment fashion home. In Indian furniture market, most of the products come from small or individual companies. Only between the 10% and 15% comes from the organized Indian furniture companies. Therefore, the organized furniture companies only occupy the small market share in Indian furniture industry. However, IKEA is one of the largest furniture companies in the world, with a long history in furniture industry and huge experience. Its good reputation, low prices, and a perfect after-sales service have a great competitive advantage compared with other non-organizational or small furniture companies in India. Because it will make customers more trusted the IKEA, it is beneficial to keep the buyers as a long-term customer. This will increase the IKEA's advantage in the Indian market.
Thirdly, it is related industry and sporting industry, and focus on this industry and related upstream industry internationally competitive. Part of IKEA Group has been present in India for 13 years, selling many different products for IKEA stone worldwide. IKEA sells products for about $315 million every year, with the aim of doubling it in the next few years to meet their global and Indian needs. IKEA works with 48 suppliers in India, engage 45,000 direct co-workers and about 400,000 co-workers in their extended supplier chain. IKEA suppliers are long-term partners who share their vision and value. Finally, it is corporate strategy, structure, and the performance of the competitors. The adoption of sustainable competitive advantage should process valuable resources, real resources, imperfectly imitable results and non-substitutable results in the strategy-making process. The change can be assessed based on the competitive inner tier of the alternative strategic decision taken.
IKEA, as one of the popular furniture retailers in the world, is using transnational strategy to adapt the environment in India. Because IKEA relies on standardization of product with global production and distribution, while offer democratic design to meet the taste of local customers. In addition, India's lifestyle is very different to other countries that IKEA had used to serve, and that is why a democratic design is required. From the need of global integration, IKEA using cost leadership and differentiation product strategy to catch customers, and also encourage sustainable living style in the global. Meanwhile, sustained living style is consistent with the low-cost strategy, and this becomes the core concept of IKEA's product, which is the main feature of every IKEA store in the world and Indian as well. Moreover, from centralization perspective, the operation of IKEA in India is consistent with the global development. As mentioned in the case, sourcing 30% Indian micro, small, and medium enterprise preferably is one of the conditions for IKEA to open a store in India, which might affect the cost leadership strategy about source. IKEA accepts this condition and invests a lot in research to understand their Indian suppliers. And most important thing is whether in their factories there are any child labor sweatshop situations that IKEA against with. Then from centralization perspective, the need of local response is very important to IKEA. And the IKEA group tries to provide democratic design product to the customer, which needs lots of research in the India in order to verify Indians' preference. To be more specific, IKEA in India invites various families to inspect the furniture that they designed, to collect more detailed and accurate information of Indian market, and make some change in size, color, or style of the products. Furthermore, production differentiation is not the only change in India, as operating structure is also changed. A cafe is going to be opened rather than the food restaurant, as Indian government restrict IKEA operation scope. In all, using transnational strategy can help IKEA develop sustained living style in India, and this is a long-term benefit, while democratic design could catch customers to increase the profit and enhance the development in India.
To conclude, throughout the whole presentation, we believe that IKEA using translation strategy to enter the Indian market and develops the sustainable and global standard living style for India, as we discussed at the beginning. IKEA has a sustainable source advantage in India by offering democratic design, which is unique and is different to the way of other Indian small firms. Although the living style and furniture preference of India are very different to other countries, IKEA maintains its original operation characteristic through best cost strategy to run the business. Low cost and product differentiation are the two dimensions of best cost strategy, which is also consistent with the centralization in transnational strategy, even though transnational strategy is difficult to implement. Through analysis of Porter's diamond model, Indian market has the attractive option for IKEA to develop its own advantage in Indian furniture industry.